Ooh, once again, you can't see me. Great. Fantastic. You gotta love that. You gotta love when you can't see me. Well, welcome back to Just Me. I'm gonna quickly chill. Alright, so I'm here. You can kind of make out my head. The lighting here is shite. Can't really fix that. See if I can. Video settings.
So much worse. I mean,
alright, so we're here at the Boot. The Boot is the bar that Mickey and Magicus became true lovers, true sweet boys. And I'm clearly dying of the plague, but I am here. So Krendar is gone. He has vanished into the great beyond. Rather, he has gone to bed for the night. He needs to have his rest because he has a flight tomorrow, as do I. Difference is my flight is way later. So I might as well have a few drinks. And continue to have a few drinks until I am no longer in the mood to have more drinks. So, a few basics. Number one, the meal we had was fantastic. Number two, the meal we had was too big, so I'm having that for breakfast tomorrow. Number three, thank you again so much for the donation earlier there, Billy Boy. Number four, any more given, greatly appreciated. You'll find it in the link in the doobly-doo. Number five, if you're wondering where everyone else is, well, they've also all gone home. Mickey is back in his shack in the woods. Magicus is back in, I don't know, Chateau de Magic. Krendar is snug in his tiny little box room back in the apartment. And Raisin is, I don't know, prancing around the forest, nude, praying to the goddess. That's how I always assume their lives are. But happy to meet them all. Happy to have a good conversation with them all. I kind of miss some of them already, which is a good sign. They were a lot of fun back when I first met them, but we were always on someone else's timetable. Usually, ironically enough, mine. You are first, Billy Boy. I will celebrate by reminding you that I indeed have a head. It's again a very... during the night, if I can, I'll sit at a place that actually has light. It's not that packed, but all the choice spots have been taken. This bar is pretty much going to be open for a good few more hours as far as I'm aware. I've been here more than anywhere other place outside of the diner. and I've had a good laugh. I have. This trip has been a struggle, a real struggle, but I have had a good laugh. Now I am looking forward to getting home and laying in my bed, in my bathrobe, staring at a computer screen while playing a big game involving maps. Just done watching Terrifier and All Hallows Eve. I heard Terrifier was very good. I know all the big horror heads that I follow or know personally loved it. I hear Terrifier 2 is also a lot of fun. I already know the title, All Hallows Eve. That reminds me, Bill Portney, we will be back on the watch party pretty soon. And let's just say we'll watch a film in that vein, as it is spooky week or month pretty soon. Now, on top of all that, I also do a shave. Now, I could go on and on about all the things that the new Crow movie. Maybe we could watch the new Crow movie, yeah. I was also thinking of another film, but I won't say it quite yet. Let's just say we've been talking about it for a while, but we didn't actually get an opportunity to buy a chance to do it. Much like the Hatchets, that was on the cards, and we didn't do it. We didn't do that movie. We didn't do the Hatchets. We didn't do. We did get to go to the. I'm going to be on a Pluto for free with add-ons when it comes to digital. Oh, cool. I mean, I don't actually know what Pluto has, but god damn. Said it before, I'll say it again. The amount of beautiful black women in this town, holy shit. Plenty of pretty other races too. But you know, if I'm completely 100% honest, besides Raisin, every woman in this town who I have just been jaw-droppingly stunned by have been all the black girls. Maybe I'm channeling Pimp Monk or something, I don't know. Oh. Anyway. There's the bar. I love this place. As you can see up here, you've got all the things, albums. They sell vines there, and also, best of all, they have very cool vibe and atmosphere. Downside is that it's about 8 something for the average beer. I'm drinking the cheapest beer, which is $5.50. Torchwood. Actually, it's about 6. And by Philly standards, that's not terrible. I remember when Philly, you could get the dirt cheapest of beer. Now it's borderline Dublin prices. Worse in some cases. I don't like it. Change at a time. Pretty soon all us beer drinkers will have to stay at home. Before I'm dead, there'll be 50 a beer. I guarantee it. Not that you can buy an obscure beer online for 50, but rather you can like the average bar will sell a beer for 50. I'm looking up at the food area up there, and it says tomato pie and spinach pie for $4. And according to Mickey, who's growing his own tomatoes, he's made tomato pie, and it's really good. I'd like to try it. It's too late in the evening for that. And you know what else? I'm absolutely stuffed. I've got half a roast beef sandwich at home, and that's not a sexual metaphor.
to be fair, he's only the other day. Like you just got. Yeah. No, they weren't even the test press. They were just the final record. Oh, totally.
One thing's for sure, next time I come up here in January, I'm going to wear the right clothes for the time. I'm going to go over with a fine-tooth comb everything to make sure that Maya will not sweat an inch I don't want to. Like, if it's freezing cold, I will bring over my winter wear, and if it's my summer wear, I will go and buy summer wear. It's just that simple. You ate 6 tacos for dinner. What did I eat? I finished off the last of the mac and cheese. I ate a bunch of sandwiches, and I had half of that roast beef sandwich. And I feel very full right now, and I prefer not to be this level of full. Hold on, maybe I can turn the spotlight on me. No, it has it. You have fallen.
I know it's like a sitcom. It's like a TV show.
Who's singing? Oh, this place is some bomb-ass music. See, it's all up there.
That's so funny.
They sell the albums over there too. Oops, didn't want that. Apparently they do live music here, but we haven't seen it yet. And considering I'll be gone tomorrow, it won't be... Yeah, it's, see over there, those are ones for sale. It's a really cool place. Highly recommend you go and check it out if you're ever in the south side of Philly. That's cool. I keep forgetting my phone has a compass that you can kind of calibrate. But I could have sworn I had a spotlight. I do. It's not church because I've been using another app. Oh bollocks! Really? So my phone uses the torch. That sucks. I have to go up to the toilet in a little bit. When I go up to the toilet, I'll see if any seats in the back have better lighting. Oh, a lot of things went wrong in this trip, but I'm gonna do a list of them when I get back. Starting from the mundane shit, like getting late on my bus, all the way up to Krendar and I basically having a sort of house hobo nervous breakdown, having to use the subway system. My money running out twice. I'm actually really surprised because I kind of pissed away my cash, but I only owe Krendar a little bit of cash for tonight, which I've got in my account right now. So in the morning I'll go up and I'll just take out all the cash and give him that in thank you. And then I'll go and gotta go home. But once I get back to Ireland, it's all free. Hell, even the drinks are kind of free when you think about it because of Wetherspoons. So I'll go back home and then just hop on the train. 2 hours later, bus, or maybe I'll stay at Feelgood's place if I want to. But Feelgood's place, it's kind of pointless to go there. I can just grab the train if I want, or just grab a cab if I'm feeling super fast, you know? One thing I gotta do, I gotta clean out all my clothes, give them a good proper scrub. So I met some cool people. One that comes to mind is the owner of the Front Lounge. Wizened old potato of a man, a yam of a man, who runs the place. He was cool. A lot of people who work up here as well. A lot of the people who live in the same building as me. You'll see during the video that I'm making, remember I'm making 2 videos out of this trip. you'll see how the layout is. There's one, I forget her name, she's the latest person to live in the room next to mine. She's a very lovely lady. And I've talked to her a few times. And there was like this Arabic guy when we first moved in. And I overheard him talking to his like friend in America, and he didn't realize what America was by the sound of it. And he was, I don't know how else to say this, he was shocked by the amount of immigrants in America. I think that guy should have run for a Republican.
No, well, he's someone that
Anyway, on top of that, Raisin introduced me to a neighbor of hers that was a lot of fun. For the life of me, I can't remember her name, and if I did, I suppose it's not my place to say it. Also got to meet Raisin's kid. Raisin's kid is so full of energy. It was great. And of course, I also went out on a date. Technically, I went out on two. And she was lovely. You might see her in January. If you do, I'll spill the beans. But just because it means that, well, I did well enough that she came back for round two. As for the trip in January, it will just be 4 days. I'll leave on Friday and I'll come back on Monday. So in reality, I'm only there for like 3 days, 2.5. You know? The hotel is a lovely place by the name of the Cambria. I'll go and upload a picture of it when I can. And it's not that bad, but I have to start putting the money away now. This trip has taught me one thing, and that is to stop procrastinating. Now, I do have another trip planned in November, and that's to see Therapy Gecko in Dublin. But that won't cost that much. But I should get started on that after all my bills and all my rent and all my bills are sorted. I'll then move on to Therapy Gecko, and when that's done, then I'll get my birthday out of the way. And when that's done, then I will go to. I'm planning to go out and see Miracle of Sound with a old familiar face. I will not say who. You will most likely be surprised on who shows up, if she does indeed show up. That's the guy who wrote Commander Shepard, if you're wanting a comparison. After that, there's St. Patrick's Day. That's off in March. And then finally after that, all the way down and I actually might drop that, quite honest with you. I might just have it streamed that night. And then all the way down in May is Claire's wedding. Claire's wedding is a very fancy place. Gotta put money aside for that, and I gotta get a nice suit for that. And for that, I should really try to lose some weight. Because this trip, I've actually lost a little bit of weight. I don't know how else to describe it, but when coming out in the shower, I've also put on a bit of a tan in my face, which I swear I've seen. I swear I have. You just haven't been able to see it because, well, yeah. Suited and booted. Damn right. Even if it's a rented suit, I don't care. I gotta look the part for my best friend's wedding. I'll even cancel other trips to make sure I've got enough money for that. And for that, I'm going to need you guys' help. I'm going to need help for all of these. On top of that, don't forget, YouTube Premium takes its cut. But yeah, I always say, I learned this from my ma, normality knocks on your door before you even get back on your plane. There's like 1,000 different things you got to do when you get back, and for me it was getting my electric bill this morning. Oh, I just got a like on a dating app. Something to look at this evening. Kind of redundant now though, because she unless she's like in Ireland, I can't really do jack shit. I actually did pretty well on a Tinder over here for the short time I was here. I mean, like I said, I went out on 2 dates, but also I got a lot of likes from women who just didn't realize I wasn't a regular. They were looking for something more serious. Well, you know, I can't do serious. Sorry, love. I'm actually currently, you know, on a holiday. Oh, by the way, these shoes have been one of the best decisions I ever made, to the point where I lost my dress boots back in, well, I've got an extra pair of dress boots, but I lost one of my pair of dress boots back in Dublin, and I'm okay with that, because these shoes are safe, and they're only 20 quid. They're brilliant. My feet are normally in bits traveling as much walking as I have, and I've walked a lot. Oh, and I also picked up a travel cloth, which I've probably infected the entire building with, including Crendar and the cool lady down the street, and my date, and Raisin's kids, and Raisin's friend, and Magicus and Mickey, and then all their families. Yeah, I've basically been just a virus carrier. But yeah, I'm pumped to come back here, and I'm pumped to do it right. I'm pumped to have far less stress. So, we've gone over and said hi to her. Said I'm talking to you, D-Gens. Oh, well, I'm covered in sweat, for Christ's sake. I'd rather not. So, plague. Yeah. If there's a new strain floating around, you know who to blame. All right, I'm gonna go up and get another beer. I'm leaving you here because there's literally no one else in the bar within easy reach of you. Actually, no, that's stupid. Come on, let's go. Thanks. Give me a sec. Any better? A little better. I don't know how we saw Mickey and... You guys saw Mickey and Magicus so well. Fine. So,
that's great. Like, there's actually there's a couple of really good stalls. One of them's like a Mennonite. And like he's like.
So anyway, yeah, it's been a fun trip, but my God, when I'm back here in January, I am going to go, and I will fucking put some effort into it. Even at the cost of other trips, and above all else, even at the cost of my drinking in between. Oh, I'm still gonna have drunken nights with you guys, for sure. And drunken nights of my own, but I will do it better. Because I was struggling for funds. For example, I didn't come over here with the right clothes. That's fair. I could have gone to Target and gotten new clothes. I didn't want to spend that much money because I needed it for food and what have you. It's just, still, this is going to be once I get on that plane and I fly away, I'm calling this stream a success, this trip a success. It's just, you know, what can I do? I just happen to have a really silly amount of Really, really silly amount of everything, really. Hey, that almost can see my face. There I am. Alright. I'll sit back down here. Best lighting I can do. Which isn't much in the way of lighting, but what can you do? This is a very fancy bar. I feel very dirty being here. Seems this is a place where like a lot of artists and writers come to be artists and writers. Which you know, I look like trash, so I can definitely fit into a point. It's just that there's limits, you know? There comes a point where they ask you, like, so what school do you go to? Buddy, I'm old enough to look like a professor. Well, what's your... well, where do you winter? No, in all fairness, there's a lot of... I picked up a lot of trust fund baby here vibes. A lot of Nepo babies. There's a guy earlier talking who... he sounded like somebody who would be outraged at Vosh said something negative about a black person, even if that black person was like literally Blittler. Or they would ask if the could you get lactose-free avocado toast, you know? All these stereotypes and memes. He had a man bun, and he was of nondescript race. How dare he have his own expressions? For shame. Anyway, I've got a lot of hours to kill tomorrow, so I'm gonna hang out with you guys one last time in Philly during the daytime. Of course, that will be a bar. Shit, those kids have trust funds and I don't know how to trust my phones. Billy boy, you are a poet and you don't even are aware of it. That is true. Mickey, good to see you. You know this bar, Mickey. Over there, where that woman is reading about things. You and Magicus found each other. You found each other, Mickey. Don't deny love. Don't deny passion. Don't deny the taste. It was a magical moment in time and space. And when you guys come back up in January, I'm sure a mysterious stranger will pop in and make it happen again. This time, perhaps, you will even nipple it up. Think about that. The nipple is real, and it needs a friend. I shouldn't have laughed, now I'm coughing. Worst of the travel sickness is in the morning, I've noticed. And that's also when my arms start hurting like hell. But they didn't do it today. Only a few minutes ago did they start to flare up. And they're okay now. It could be because I haven't lifted in a while. That could be it. That's normally not how that works. I had to prep them for 4 months. Oh God, you know there's going to be a crisis of faith. It'll be like when Waylon is fantasizing about his sham marriage, and he Smithers. It'll be Magicus at the no, it will be Magicus will be the one in the sham marriage, and then you look at the window and he'll just see Magicus. It'll be you in your beat up 70s car that you're looking at with like a bunch of possums and raccoons running all over it, and you'll be dressed like Elton John in Rocket Man. And, you know, he'll rediscover himself. And for some reason, you're getting on an airplane at an airport, and he'll have to come in and save you. They don't do that nearly as much anymore. There's not as many airport stopping moments. Wait, are those outlets on the ground? Okay, that's fucking weird. But yeah, like it'll be a great moment. I'll be there to record it and profit off it, because I'm Cupid, but Cupid with a price tag. Figure out how to be a underwhelming lover in only 5 forgettable steps. Nah, I really enjoyed you showing up. Krendar was smitten by you, dude. In all fairness, he was smitten. His own words. You're a star, as he says. You're a character. He likes you. I already knew you was dope from the first moment I saw you. Magicus is a fucking rock. He's there for you when you need him. Mostly to bail out me. I'm basically like I'm like a bucket full of holes. And each hole takes away a different thing. Money, time, respect, intelligence. And you keep me around. Why? And I respect that. I am's what I am. I get a picture when you pull up your arm, it will show like some really bad like footage of when you drank the Billy beer or some shit like that. You should do that. You should have like that could be an intro to your food thing. And you'll just you'll just flex your arm, and then it'll zoom in on it, and you'll hear the Popeye music. But then it'll superimpose a bit of old footage when you tried some other food, and then you're trying a different food on that one. I had to explain to the super posh British girl and my date last night that you took an Oreo and deep fried it in olive oil. Oh, guess what, Mickey? Someone stole the pizza rolls. The only thing that has been stolen the entire goddamn time I've been here has been the pizza rolls, and they were stolen. I mean, I didn't want the damn things. They could have. They were welcome to it. There was like a half a bag. I finished a Wonder Bread today, and I finished one of the Pringles things, and I made a huge gloopy mac and cheese bowl. Like, this thing was gloriously big. I did that this morning and yesterday, and I slept with someone yesterday after eating a huge thing of mac and cheese. Oh God, what was I thinking? Last night was so sweaty. We were so uncomfortable. Oh God. This trip has been a crisis-tunity, okay? This whole trip has been one giant sweaty, farty, expensive crisis-tunity. And I'm glad I did it. Maybe this is the Torchwood talking, but I'm really glad I did it. Like, fuck's sake. I ate nothing but crap for 7 days straight. Sometimes really good crap, like say the Reuben or the cheesesteaks. Or even the roast beef I ate earlier. Half of that's in the fridge, ready for me for when I come home. We have it for breakfast. Save me on some money for breakfast tomorrow. I'll just have that before I go. But like, it has been a very very stressful, wreckful trip. And I know tomorrow there will be other fuck-ups. And other fuck-ups after that too. All the way until I get back home. And then modernity, with all its modern conveniences like bills and rent and schedules for streaming, will come in and kick me in the teeth. But it has been still an incredibly good stream. There hasn't been a day I haven't gone by where I haven't burst out laughing until it hurts at least once. Oh, and by the way, Mickey, Raisin said that about you and Magicus too. She said she hasn't laughed like that in a long time. So we gotta do this in January. There probably won't be a quick trip after that. I have other plans and I have other things besides trips I gotta spend my money on. So you find some time to invest in some nice winter clothes, because Philly is a cold town in winter. But it's also going to be a lot cheaper to find accommodation, because who the fuck goes to Philadelphia in January? Anyway, shameless plug. Throw me some money. This link in the doobly-doo. Very much appreciate it. I could do with some currency for when I'm back home. Not just for weather screens or whatever, but YouTube Premium's coming up pretty soon. And I've drained the old account. As for, like I said, as for Bearded Ramblings, that'll come back in October, along with more or less everyone else in my streams. I'll still do standard stream stuff as well. We have to get back into our gaming. Final Fantasy X is one of them. And I know I was playing other games too. I actually can't remember what we were playing on stream. I know I beat something before the trip, but I don't know what it was. Bill Portley, we were in the chat. What game was I playing?
I bet this is Tyler from House of Deal. We share bandits with
What I don't like is the alert box should appear up here at the top, but it doesn't, even if I get a donation. That means no text to speech, that means nothing. Like if somebody, I don't know, if someone's watching who hasn't subscribed yet, or if someone could send a donation, it should appear up here on the actual, like the main screen. I can just read the chat, and that's really it. And sometimes there's a big old delay. It's weird. Had a really cool idea that I floated to Magicus, a very old idea. I tossed a Pipmunk back in the day. I won't spoil it, but he seemed really on board. But just being polite, I don't know. Oh, my head's on a bunch of tiles right now. It's lovely. This town is so fucking humid, my god. If I go up to see Raisin next time, it won't be so hard because I know what route I have to grab, but my god, it's still a bit of a trip. I'd have to get up super goddamn early. Doable though, I can do it. Oh wow, I'm getting absolutely wrecked. And that's good. Guess what, motherfuckers? I'm not going anywhere soon. Or maybe I am. Maybe they'll say that last orders was an hour ago or some shit like that. Thanks for telling me, motherfucker. Thanks for telling me. I really appreciate that. When I was a kid, I would actually have like borderline like hissy fit if I didn't end my drinking when I wanted it. Now I'm like, oh okay, just go home and crash. My room is a sweat box, so actually to a degree, there was meant to be someone who was coming out tonight, and I was like, oh, you can't make it. That's fair. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, thank Christ. This apartment that I've been at, it's getting a pretty low review. Maybe a 2.5. If they do it out of 5, I'm going to say 2.5 or an early 3. You know, it's just scraping in acceptable. The coffee machine's broken, and the bed is made out of thimbles. Wait, thimbles? Yeah, fuck it, thimbles. Thimbles aren't very sturdy. And the AC eventually makes the room too cold, but it takes a long time. The shower's alright, big old shower. Bathroom otherwise is okay, gets the job done. The door controls are a fucking nightmare. It took me about 3 days to get it all to work out. The neighborhood is safe enough, but there's always someone moving about, and I'm on the ground floor, and there's very little privacy. If anyone wanted to watch me and my partner for last night wanted to go at it, they could have. Because we can't close the blinds. Also, the nice English girl living next to me, her room is even more basic. There's no AC, just a giant fan, and there's no window. It's just a block. It looks like a prison cell. It looks depressing and sad. Besides that, the neighborhood's okay. It's actually cleaner than I remember other neighborhoods in Philly being. We're up on Ellsworth and we're up on Ellsworth from Broad Street. If you want to check it out, it's cheap. That's really it. That's really all it is. It's cheap. And you know, when you want to do cheap, that's all that matters. But next time for my birthday, I'm doing the reverse. I'm not doing cheap. I am doing expensive. Beerific.
I just want something reliable. Very finicky, like fucked up a lot. Like I put like probably $500 into it over the course of
This is alright. Like I said, one of the weirdest things about Philly, it's so hard to find a pint. They do pints in America these days. You always gotta have these motherfuckers. And then they charge you the equivalent of what we pay for a pint. It's ridiculous. Anyway, when I get back, my biggest concerns are paying off anything that I owe. Not to Crenda or anything like that. That'll get sorted out before tomorrow. But like rent and bills and shit like that. Then it'll be I want to get my hands on the Crusader Kings DLC, the latest one, the Byzantine one. More importantly, it lets you be a landless adventurer. Ooh. So as a result, you can go and have you start off with nothing, and you can become a hero enough to get a bit of territory, which will start you on the process that will eventually lead you up setting up a dynasty. So instead of starting from obscurity, you're starting from literal nothing, and I like that idea. It's very Banner Lords. But it's also letting you play as the Byzantines with all the nuances of the Byzantine Empire, including playing as a eunuch, which is cool, I guess. My mod list is going to be in shambles, but it repairs after a time. Came out on the 9th, so it might actually be ready now. Beyond that, let's see. We have to get back to watching the movies and the shows and all that. Oh, Girly has been a star. Every once in a while I check my Twitter I actually don't have Twitter on my phone because I'm kind of smart, but I still go to the website the old-fashioned way and check it out. And I see that I get a few notifications and a few messages, and one of those messages seems to be from Girly, who sends me some ideas for anime. And she knows that I'm going to be getting more into anime, and I asked her for some advice, and boom, there we have it. She's a star. If she ever starts streaming again, I'll bully her back on the podcast or a drinking stream. Jesus, me coughing's rough tonight. Ooh. Right. Yeah, I haven't really drank that much. Tonight is going to be the second biggest drinking stream of the whole thing. And it's going to be the biggest one I've done alone. I didn't really wander off alone. You know, whether I was going up to meet someone or whether I was going out with people. I didn't really do what I normally do on trips, which is to wander off and get sloshed on my own and meet people. I've done it. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. No. I'll go and top myself up.
Yeah, well, it's perfect. Until like album of the year, because they when she's the one who actually doesn't work with me. Oh no. Another round?
Please.
But doesn't mean she would probably come to you sometimes.
Oh, I'm chatting with some people. They're at, and they overhear the music. Who was playing last?
This is, the last record was Neil Young.
Neil Young.
This one is Endless Boogie.
Endless Boogie.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, folks. Endless Boogie. Sorry, when do you close?
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Okay. Wish they closed that late at home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Oh, that's cool. I don't
Right. There you have it. Neil Young and Endless Boogie. Felt sorry for him. That was a laugh of a guy who just doesn't really want to be there anymore. I'll probably have maybe 2 more with you guys, and then decide what to do with them myself. Of this one and the other one. It's getting pretty late in the evening. I mean, I don't have to get on my plane until 8 in the evening, but I have to leave the apartment at 11. That means I have to make sure everything is prepped around about 10, and that means I need a good wash around about 9. It means I have to be up around about 8. Not so much, not so bad. There's always something out in the street that wakes me up, or the air conditioning. It's crazy. Not so bad though. It's really not so bad. Just gonna check something real quick, folks. Aw. Aw. Even at this literal 11th hour, I'm still getting likes on my dating apps from local girls. I mean, thanks ladies, but unless you're literally around the corner and want just a quickie and then to leave, I got nothing. And even then, whew, I'm doing the shower, I suppose. That would keep us cool, Christ. I will say I had one bad neighbor the entire week I've been here, and that was there was a couple. She looked okay. She was in a hoodie and this very cool look, like a multicolored hoodie and this very cool looking pants. He looked like a quarterback who's fallen on hard times. He had like a backward baseball cap and like he was just in a white t-shirt. And I swear to Christ, he had like his pants were down enough that his Calvins were up. It was like he looked like a character from Saints Row, for fuck's sake. But he was nice to me, for the record. He was always polite. But any time I walked by their place, I could hear them screeching at each other. Absolutely screeching. And one night, the door, like not my door, but the front door was getting slammed on a lot, and that woke me up. And I heard the girl having a fight with the DoorDash guy for forgetting the chicken fries from McDonald's or whatever. I'm guessing it's McDonald's because there was McDonald's trash in the bin the next morning. They were all leaving, and they had like a huge argument with each other, and the DoorDash guy got the night. And I overheard the DoorDash guy outside muttering to himself that they're in the fucking car as he walked away. I'm guessing they just didn't pay for it or some shit like that. Shaving my head while listening, doing this. Oh hey, we just had Mickey Richards in the chat. A very also sweet boy. You can't see it, but I'm on the other end of the bar from where the magic happened with you and Mickey. I was just saying, when you come back up in January, both of you, we need to recreate that glorious moment. Because you need to know what true love is, and I want to show you. And it's Mickey Richards throat fucking you with his tongue. Or maybe getting a cheeky squeeze. You need to light little tiny candles on each other's erect nipples and then sort of like sword fight each other until it sets fire to your fucking chest hair. What the fuck am I talking about? That would be a pretty high donation. Maybe 80. I'll start at 80 and work my way up. Turn you into my pay pigs. Alright. Well, Magicus, lovely to have met you again. You were a lot of fun. And also, thanks again for Dave & Buster's. That was pretty fucking dope. My prizes are packed away. That was Pog of you, if you will. Pog. think after this pint, I will have another. Yeah, I already said that. I then wrap it up and blah blah blah. Just looking at all the apps from TJ. Candice Owens loves discrimination. Jill Stein got destroyed. I don't watch enough happy, fun-looking streams, you know? I watch tons of like live streamers that are all about, you know, politics and history and the top 10 weirdest guns. But I watch gaming stuff. That's usually the happy thing. Yeah. Oh, the reason I didn't stay longer up there at the sardine bar was because after I suppose it's the same person, right? After Krendar left, I asked could I go outside to just sit outside at the in the open air, and I swear to Christ, like they looked at me like I had two heads. And I was like, well, you know, the things up there. Like, oh no, that's done separately. And I was okay, so who do I talk to? The girl out there, and there was no girl out there. And then I'm saying like, oh, when does it open? No, it's like, no, it closes at 9, and it's 5 minutes past 9. I'm like, all right, okay, that's cool. That makes very little sense. Hi, Red Eye. So she just basically didn't want me to go outside and just enjoy the cool night air. I came here instead. Our Philly trip is almost over there, Red Eye. It's been a lot of fun, but a lot of struggle too. Whoa, a lot of struggle. I'm ready to go home. When I was a kid, there would always be a moment where, like, I wanted to go home, and it was almost always I wanted to see my dog. Well, I don't have that luxury this time. I just want to lay in my chair, in my bathrobe, and play Crusader Kings while listening to history documentaries. That's drinking big pots of tea and eating my tuna and my rice. That's what I want to do. But I also got to start watching the TV shows and the anime that was suggested by Girly, and hell, the anime that was suggested by Elf as well too. Don't forget her. I do like this place though. It's very lovely. I wish it was here for live music. Over there is the wine you can take back. You can buy it until 11. I have the money, but what's the point of going home and drinking alone? And besides which, I've never been much as a wine person. I'm always been more of a beer person. It'll be lost on me. So by the time I leave here, I should be good and drunk, the old-fashioned way. We saw a lot of really interesting stuff today when we walked up to the Museum of Art. It would be a left turn up to on Franklin Street, and at the top of it is the Museum of Art, which you should know better if you don't know what the hell the Philadelphia Museum of Art's all about, as the Rocky place, the Rocky Steps. So we filmed all that. It was a lovely day. We got a coffee in the City Hall. You know what? The Philadelphia City Hall is actually really lovely. It's there's this there's these huge fountains everywhere next to a bar and a cafe. And Krendar and I just sit down with big cups of coffee, and we just kind of melted. And on the way back, there's this huge fountain of these two naked girls, basically strangling swans, and out of their mouth comes this torrent of water. And at one point, I just I went over and just took my shoes off, got into the into the fountain. I didn't know if that would be if anyone would get angry at that. And as soon as I did, there was a helicopter flying over me, and it just stayed over the fountain for the longest time, to the point where Krendar and I were joking that, you know, like, we've activated the fountain police, you know. It's been lovely. The weather has been lovely. I've been in this city now for all 4 seasons, and I still think something like autumn and mid-spring is the best time to come to Philadelphia. Remember, I've been coming here since like 2007 or 2009. The jury's still a little out. And I really, really, really love it. But I also absolutely 100% hate that this trip I just packed so stupidly. I didn't pack enough t-shirts, because a part of me thought, hey, I'll go over to Target. How can I go over to Target? I ain't got enough money, motherfucker. I would also thought I forgot I was packing light, which means you can only fit so many things in the fucking bag. Which means on top of everything, my clothes fucking stink at this point. I've rotated everything around at least twice. Tomorrow I've got my last pair of like good pants and my good underwear and my good socks, and I got no good shirt. I've got to decide which is the best for the job at hand and just roll with it. And, you know, if anyone next to me is upset that I smell like beer and sweat and blood and semen and violence and glory and defeat and everything a man must be, well, you know, whatever. I can always ask to change. Mostly beer. It'll probably smell like sweat and beer. And cheese. A whole lot of cheese. But really bad American cheese. Oh, we went to Sprouts today. We didn't buy any. Well, I did. I bought a can of Liquid Death. That'll be up in the tasting video. That will be a combination of every tasting thing we did at once. With the exception of the sandwich tonight, ironically enough. That can't be on the video. So, which is fine, because it was just a sandwich. It was just a roast beef sandwich. It was fine. Pork. By the way, Red Eye, if you're still here, this here is 605, and that's a good deal in most parts of Philadelphia. And behold, does this look like a fucking pint to you? Hell no. I've only found 2 places that do anything close to pints. One was Dave and Buster's of all places, and the other was the Sardine Bar tonight. Fucking ridiculous. I know you're not a drinker, but even you know the value of alcohol has gone up over the years, and yeah, this is ridiculous. The city's prices have skyrocketed since I remembered. The food is still decently priced some places. A 3-day subway trip, as in like let's just say you have 4 trips. I'll say back about 20. Now you can go anywhere on a particular line, but not every line is like endless. Some are only like 2 or 3 lines, and others are like 16. Going up to Raisin Girl was a 14 stop trip, and it cost about $7. That was from the heart of Philadelphia out to her. Like a real star, she actually drove us back. But I think my card has one trip left on it, which is fine, because tomorrow we'll probably walk up to City Hall, and then we'll walk. Then I guess we'll just say goodbye around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Pendar has to go off, and he likes to get up to the airport really early. I do too, but not till like 3 or 4 hours in advance. My flight's not until 5 minutes to 9. I'll be getting back to Dublin really early in the morning. You know, over there there's a woman who's reading. I'm obviously not going to interrupt her or anything like that. I just want to say that it's so rare to see people do that in bars anymore. Just go to a place and read. It doesn't happen. Maybe read the newspaper after work in like a working bar, but that's pushing it. Oh, sweet Jesus! As you can see, this is why I'm not showing my face, because there's no way of me showing my face. I mean, I can try this. I don't know if that works. Up? Oh, maybe. Worst part of this cough might be that because I'm drinking, it might come back up. My body thinks that the cough has to do with the alcohol. The alcohol is helping. Why? It's making me forget. Make me forget what? That I have a cough. I really like this bar. Here's the prices up there. See here, they're not exactly. I'm getting the Torchwood, but that's actually 6. It's not exactly the cheapest, is it? Glasses of wine start at 7, but on average, they're about. You can get like 20 a bottle. They're fancy. There's like me and there's Book Lady, and then there's the 2 bar staff up there just chilling until the next order. I've seen this place bustling and I've seen this place dead. We're in dead mode right now, but it is like it's Tuesday evening at like quarter to 11. Yeah, of course it's gonna be dead. But fuck it. I'm gonna be back to the mundane world of Dublin pretty soon, so I might as well be in the mundane world of Philadelphia. Why not? I'll be back here in January, and I'll probably find another bar to go to on the regular, but I'll still probably end up here as well. That'd be interesting. Might even find somebody that someone might remember me being here. There's a girl who works here on the daytime who looks like Sinead O'Connor, and there's a woman who also works here who I think I told Magicus that she looks like a woman who knows the horrors of a mortgage. That's the only way I described her. And then there's this dude in the red bowling shirt. Yeah, if I was skinny, I would wear bowling shirts like crazy. Bowling shirts and also like old like mechanics shirts. They're pretty cool. Maybe even like a military like cadet outfit. Not like a full outfit, just a shirt with no like emblems or anything, just a style. But I am a fatty fat, a fat sweetie fat. Look at Piggy Boy, he is fat. He cannot wear these things, that's that. Although, like I said, this trip, I swear I've lost weight. Even though I've been eating up my crack, but just because of the amount of sweating and the amount of walking. Oh, we've done this over an hour. So that means we've done 2 hours since... Alright, cool. So, any news from anyone else? Who's been up to what? What's happening back home in real world? Anyone fall in love, fall out of love, find a fortune, lose it all on the roulette or baccarat table? I like to think at least one of the people who follow me regularly has at least played baccarat once. You want a pager? Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that was some James Bond shit. 11 dead, nearly 4,000 wounded? Holy shit. Well, I've also seen 2,000 wounded. Some of which were in like grocery stores and shit. Pagers, and they did it before on a smaller scale with mobile phones, if I remember right. Do I look like a... I've probably held a pager a grand total of 2 times in my life. Am I a doctor? Hell no. Useful motherfuckers, but... Oh, damn. We got new blood. Especially in contact with a certain Lebanese organization. Well, I'll have you know. They probably had an informant that told them of their network. As for how they made it explode, how do you make a phone explode? It has to be like a certain frequency that's sent out that sends the battery into haywire, right? At one point in all the towns and villages, there must have just been loud pops and bangs heard. It happened over the course of an hour too. I also heard Trump got a little closer to death. I don't know, maybe. Whatever it is, Mossad is scary when they want to be. But also Mossad, as this whole war proved from the beginning, is also fallible and fuckworthy. Although you could argue that Netanyahu staged the whole thing. He let Hamas and Hezbollah do it. But no shock, I don't want to be talking about this sort of topic while having a drink in a bar, especially in America. So, yeah. Though if you're wondering, the majority of flags I've seen fluttering around this area have been Palestinian. Let's see, I heard about the Trump thing. I saw J.D. Vance is still going crazy about the Haiti thing. There's a big Haitian community around these parts. There's flags fluttering in the wind. Shock of shocks, I haven't seen a single cat get mauled to death. Almost like that doesn't happen. But that would mean that they're lying. Heard about P. Diddy finally getting arrested. Fuck yes. Will it stick? Most likely not. But, if I always go back to Wesley Snipes getting arrested and convicted for a fucking parking fine. Well, actually, it wasn't just a parking fine. He lost his shit over the parking fine. There goes book girl. Shame, if I wasn't here with you motherfuckers, I would have wooed her with my knowledge of meh. It was perfectly safe unless he got 100 yards. Well, what was he? No, if he said it's a single shot, it would have been okay. But that guy was a schizo anyway. Hell, he got arrested for possession of weapons of mass destruction prior. Have you seen his political agenda, like his political ideology? He just jumped all over the place. He even once told an American, volunteer, after praising anyone who goes over to fight for Ukraine, he went over, he talked to a member of a volunteer group who did go over to fight for Ukraine, and they disagreed on how to do it. And he's like, oh, why doesn't someone kill you? Like, someone to shoot you right now. Like, he's just... And this guy was a fucking father. Well, he's a father. He's arrested. Not like the crazy kid from Pennsylvania. And if you're wondering, I've seen tons of Harris and Waltz signs that were in the trash that had been fluttering in the wind while they were over here. Afterwards, they just kind of roll their eyes and put it away. And they have hopes that you'll win, but that's really it. And the dude never had a chance for the line of sight. His idea was he was going to be like a Vindicare assassin. He was just going to find a spot and just freeze in place for hours. He didn't realize that the Secret Service, especially after the last time, just starts like swooping the area.
They're so past their head. It's like where my social is when I was
Like, they go over a fine-toothed comb. What he needs to do, if you want to get rid of someone like Trump, all you have to do is just wait for a moment like that and then send a drone out. Allegedly, in theory, because it hasn't happened yet, because it won't happen again. But it seems everyone is going after Trump. They're always just crazies. In reality, his own security force, if ordered by the president, would just take him arm by arm and just drag him off to a black car. You don't need to shoot him. And like, if Harris wants him in jail the second she becomes president, she will, and good. But you could say the same thing if it reverses, right?
Like, I guess they're playing, and like the drummer just like stopped playing. Like,
They are. That's why you set it to single shot. And I'll tell you who taught me that. None other than Jeremy Clarkson. If Jeremy can hit the side of a van with a decent level accuracy on single shot on the AK, then anyone can. By the way, RIP Grand Tour, grip Top Gear. They wrapped up their final episode a few days ago. He picked golf. Of course he was. Is that the most pathetic thing that, the most stupid thing that Trump ever did? That he went and picked golf? Like, no, I think that list can be a bit longer. Alright, I'm gonna grab one more, hang out with you guys, and then I'll wrap it up. And I'll stay here until I feel the need to leave. Simply put, I want to enjoy this trip for me. And as much as I enjoy hanging out with you guys, well, my social battery isn't endless. Today with Krendar, I enjoyed his company, but by the end of it, I was glad he was gone. Because I'd say that to anyone. Like, I can only handle a person for so many days, so many weeks, so many months. Even someone like, for example, a lover. After a while, I'm just there like, okay, I got a limited vibe. And how do I recharge? I recharge my battery most likely by just playing video games and, just vibing, listening to audiobooks, podcasts in the background. And after a day or two, I'd be you know what I wish? Right, 2 things. Number 1. I wish I'd have found a way to bring out Crusader Kings 3 with me. And number 2, this one, I really mean it. While walking around, there should be public showers. I don't know how they'd keep it hygienic. And I don't know how they'd keep it from being like super creepy and rapey and shit like that. But anyone masters the idea of a private public shower where you can just, for a very small fee, hop in, get yourself naked, wash down, and I shit you not, I don't know how they do this, your clothes gets cleaned super fast. On a hot day, they would rake it in. Especially with tubs like me. Because I, on this trip, have more than once reeked. Absolutely reeked. And I feel like so icky. I feel like someone's dumped me in a vat of salt that's now stuck all to my skin. It's just bleh. So if someone were to come along and just be like, There you go, buddy. Like, hop into the shower, and by the time you're done, all your clothes will be clean. That'll be, I don't know, $20. Oh, I'd be spending $20 every day, and I'd just be wandering around on foot. The Subway, the Ubers of the world, they'd all suffer. I don't care. No one else would either. Right, last beer with you lot. Then you're out of here, and I'm just gonna vibe as a human being. Another egg on this grand scheme. Hey, that almost rhymed.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Name again, please.
what do you have?
Torchwood. Tonewood. Peach. Thank you. See if I can find a place I can sit down at the same time. So you can see my... Nah, there's no hope. There's no hope in this universe. Let's go to the toilet real quick. Why am I putting these on mute? There, you can see my face on these ones, kind of. I look kind of like the overseer in XCOM in this light. Gentlemen, we have reported a alien incursion in Dubai. Oh, here's a weird little factoid. When you're in a subway in Philadelphia, the train's automated voices on the tracks, not the actual train itself, sounds like the Half-Life 1 AI voice. It's kind of terrifying. There, so we can read chat.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what, you should have came because a lot of people wouldn't let you for free that day.
Yeah.
Like 1 million people got refunds, and then they're like just getting rid of people want to be like just send it back there because they were like trying to make it cool for Wolf Eyes because they had Marshall Allen the next night and that was also sold out.
That's cool.
But the Anthony Braxton one because they announced that like he had canceled or whatever. So many people like wanted a refund that like it was pretty sparsely attended and everybody attended for free.
Where's the setup then? You all just
Yeah, there's like there's like a full venue back there behind the door.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll show you.
All right. So.
I guess you weren't dealing with like Sylvan Saddles and
Yeah, I'll have this and then I'll call it a night with you guys. Next time you'll see me is the live stream tomorrow. Again, I'll probably be at a bar or a restaurant or something like that. And then I might try to do one either at the airport or at Weatherspoons in Dublin. Because that's right outside the train station. I've streamed out of it before, the Silver Penny. But The main thing I gotta say about Weatherspoons that I like is that it's, well, cheap. It's the only reason anyone likes it. Because it's not good. It's kind of a kip. But saying that, I look like shite. So it'll work out pretty well, all things considered. Oh. Also, if I gotta remember tomorrow to take as much money out as possible. But not too much at the same time, because I don't want to turn it into dollars and then have to turn it back into euros, you know? I normally come back with a few dollars in my pocket. This time around, I'll probably come back with, I'm going to say, 2.
Yeah, or Orange Nova Workshop. They're like the main booking.
I think the guy up there looks like the one who just went under the table. There he is. I think he looks like the guy, the streamer, who is obsessed with the onion rings. Someone animated it like, oh, onion ring. Up, up, up. I don't know what his name was, but someone animated it and made his face look weird out of proportion. It was odd. Germa? I think his name is Germa? Anyway. Yeah, this bar's been cool, but a little bit overpriced for my liking. In fact, this whole town has been overpriced for my liking, with the exception of the Friendly Lounge up in Washington. Don't go to Philadelphia for the Friendly Lounge, but if you're in Friendly Lounge, hell yeah. Just bring money, they don't use cards. And Dirty Frank's was good too. That was cheap, but my god, you will not get a beer, because she is running around like a headless chicken. McStews is another one I would highly recommend. McStews. That's up in Levittown. So it's a bit of a drive, but that's a lovely place. That's where I got my first Reuben. I finally did it. I went down to Waterford to try to get a Reuben, and that failed. Knowing me, I probably got distracted with alcohol.
Free jazz saxophone player who's like insane. She's so unbelievable. She sounds like Anthony fucking Grant. It's pretty badass.
If you like jazz, come here. If you're coming to Philly, jazz and like performing arts is everywhere. There's a really cool looking theater area just south of the
He just like sits there, he looks so calm and just like destroys.
City Hall on Broad Street, the one I'm on now. There's like a bunch of cool looking areas, and then there's a place called like, oh, it has a really weird looking name, but its sign comes alive at night. Of course I filmed it. I filmed it while talking a lot of bollocks, so I'm gonna have to, there'll be a lot of editing for a lot of footage. So expect a little bit of dubbing in ADR. I'm gonna put a lot of effort into the video that I'm gonna put together. Not as much as like a real professional video, but still, it'll be better than some of my other ones. After all, I'm not going to be live streaming for that whole time. So at the very least, you're gonna get the 2 videos. You're gonna get the eating video, and the wider like Philly trip, which will include eating, of course. But I mean, there was only one time we were all together, and that was at Dave & Buster's. That's Raisin, Magicus, Mickey, Krendar, and your boy.
I think Nels Klein is doing a residency. That should be kind of cool. He's the moderator in Wilkin, who I don't give a shit about at all. But like, he's just like a
It was a very great evening, a very cool night.
weird musician. Yeah, I don't dislike him. They're just like
We let's see. We went to Dave & Buster's.
he's an amazing guitar.
Raisin joined us. We then went around South Street.
It's always good shit.
We then went into a Hawaiian restaurant. First time I ever had Hawaiian food. Bill, you'd have been going over that with a fine-tooth comb, I'm sure. No shock, a good chunk of it was Japanese, that's correct. But yeah, it was a very cool night, even though I was stressed and sweaty, and I also had explosive diarrhea, which was a whole lot of fun. Yay! Not from the Hawaiian food though. I won't spoil my take on the whole food, but yeah. In fact, we haven't had a single bad meal this entire trip. And some of the worst we can say was that food was mid.
Something like really.
Absolutely mid. That was it. And you know what? There's a lot worse things than being mid. I haven't had a single disgusting meal this entire trip. I didn't have a single disgusting meal back when I was in Dublin either. So.
Dude, yes. It's like every deck, like every suit.
But,
Dude, it's like.
anyway. Look.
It's like getting really.
Insane,
Video of him like touching you on that.
Been a hot minute since I got drunk.
dude. I haven't seen that one.
For me, that's a hot minute. It's been like 2 days.
Recently on Kill Tony, which is like so funny that you agree to do that.
So, what I'm going to be doing is having this and then wrapping up with you. I will finish off here when I feel like it. Talk to the bar staff. And then I suppose I'm back home for a night of staring at my phone, drifting off to sleep, and setting my alarm just in case. Although my alarm is always set to 8. In fact, I think it's already there now. Yes. 8's a good choice, because it doesn't take long for me to have a shower. And I'll be ready for the rest of that sandwich in the morning. Most of my stuff is packed. I'd say about 70 to 80% of it. But after that, Krendar and I are out at 10 or 11, depending on our vibe. I'll make sure that everything in my room is not spick and span. A week of not changing the bed, no, there won't be spick and spanness. Especially more than one person was sleeping there. Things change, things move around. I will be very, very thorough as much as I can. All the food that's left there is for future generations to enjoy. I'm even tempted to try the mysterious kombucha. Ooh, right before a flight as well. What risk taker I am. So after that, I'll probably head off to. I don't know. I'll follow Krendar for once. Normally I'm the one who makes the plans. At one point, I shit you not, there was a moment I turned around and everyone was following me, and I was at my full sweaty, full tired form, and I'm like, what do you just want? Like, what? It's your trip. We follow you. You're the boss. I'm like, Raisin, you take over. I'm too old and fat for this. Like, I don't, man. But it was a good time. Anyway, I'm glad I got to see South Street in its full swing. I won't get to see it in January if the old close up shop. Speaking of, can't be that many hours left. So I best start wrapping it up here with you guys. So everyone, the next stream will be tomorrow. That'll be the last one in Philly. It'll either be at the airport or in a bar here in Philly, killing time. After that, the next one will be back in Dublin, unless my plane crashes into the deep, murky ocean of the Atlantic. And then the next one after that, probably a week and change, the 1st of October maybe. I'm gonna need a rehash, you know. But I want to thank everyone who popped in, whether it be for the mukbangs, the makeout stream, the weird airport one that apparently I was sighing a lot over. Raisin told me with a little bit too much eagerness about how it clipped me just constantly making a noise. I'm too scared to listen to it. I should though. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Everyone, thank you so much, and this has been a wild ride. Not the wildest I've ever been on, but you know, it's been a solid 7, at times even an 8, ever so slightly pushing down to a 6. So overall, this trip has been a success. But it's not quite over yet. We still have to get home. So, till the next time, bye.